The NBA should be terrified of the Denver Nuggets right now, but nobody really wants to talk about it, and I don't understand that. But behind Nikola Jokic, who, if we're being real, could have won the last 5 MVPs if it wasn't for voter fatigue. He's the best player in the world, has been for the last 3 or 4 years. There's really no question about it. But now, instead of just being him and then a couple of other solid starters, now he's got a legit bench unit with guys like Jonas Valanciunas coming in to be his backup. They got Cam Johnson, who's going to be a starter, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Bruce Brown revamping the backcourt off the bench, and then guys like Peyton Watson and Julian Strawther, who are looking to have a breakout year. Yeah, this could be dangerous for the rest of the league. And it, of course, starts with Nikola Jokic, who, like I just said, could have been literally the 5 consecutive MVP awards. This dude is so ridiculous. He's the best scorer in basketball, or one of the best scorers in basketball, one of the best passers in basketball, and one of the best rebounds. Like, he's top 5 in every single category, coming off a 30-point, 13 rebound, 10 assist, triple-double stat line with 2 steals. Oh, by the way, he was like 3rd in the league in 3-point percentage for the entire season. He proved that he and Jamal could once again still be a competent duo to win you a championship. And the big move, obviously, this season was MPJ is gone. And they turn MPJ into 4 other rotational pieces, which I think was the correct move, especially when you take a look at the fact that MPJ, who was their starting small forward, was making about $38.3 million per year. Then you take a look at the fact that Cam Johnson is pretty much putting up the exact same numbers, except he's not playing alongside of the best player in the world, and he's only making $21 million. You attach a first-round pick to MPJ, and bang, Denver has its small forward, maybe for the rest of the Jokic era here. They bring in Valanciunas on a 1-year, $10.3 million deal. Perfect addition to back up Jokic. Bruce Brown back in Denver, another guy that it's fantastic to see him back in Denver. He's going to be on a 1-year, $3 million deal. And then they bring in the flamethrower, Tim Hardaway Jr., who can either shoot you into a game or shoot you out of a game on a 1-year, $3.6 million contract. This is what the starting 5 will look like, looking elite. Now, they're going to have some questions next year once Christian Braun's contract hits, but as for now, this is the best, I think, most well-rounded team in the league. You could put them up against anybody, including the Thunder, including, I guess, the Rockets, you could say. I'm taking Denver because they got Nikola Jokic, and now they have a bench. They were able to turn Michael Porter Jr. into these 4 guys, the first of which being Cam Johnson, and I don't think people understand how big of a move this is. Cam Johnson's a guy that he played in Brooklyn. Brooklyn was a little bit directionless last year, right? He was playing alongside Cam Thomas. Now he's playing alongside of Nikola Jokic, who's only going to get him more and more looks and better quality looks at that. He averaged 19 a game, 4.3 rebounds, 3.4 assists in 32 minutes a game last year. Shot 48% from the field and 39% from 3 on 7 attempts a night. Now, this season, yes, he played 57 games. This season, he will be playing alongside the best player in the world. He's going to be getting much better looks. Instead of catching passes from Ben Simmons, he's going to be catching passes from Nikola Jokic. 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, so he's got the length and athleticism and the frame to play that small forward position, and they're going to have a bigger lineup with him out there. It's the perfect fit for this Nuggets team. Then you got Bruce Brown, who they bring back, obviously a veteran of Denver. He won a championship with them not too long ago, coming off a year with not the best stats in the world, 41% shooting from the field, 36% from 3, but that is because he got traded a couple of times last year and then missed a lot of games. So hopefully with a full season back, he will be back to normal. Still, I mean, if 36% from 3, if he can do that, maybe 37, he's going to be really solid for him. Brown and Brown defense attorneys are back as well in the city of Denver, so everybody will be safe. But yeah, looking forward to another year. Bruce Brown in Denver behind Jamal Murray, because obviously not really a scorer, but the defense is elite, and then he can score when he needs to. Jonas Valanciunas is going to be a monster behind Nikola Jokic. That's the only way to describe it. The 6'11", 265-pounder is going to be really tough to stop when you're getting worn down all game by Nikola Jokic, and then this bruiser comes in and is ready to just run through you to get a board. 10.5 points and 7.5 rebounds in limited minutes last year. Shot 55% from the field. The fact that they were able to keep him from going overseas, that was a huge dub for the Denver Nuggets, and he's back in America for at least one more year before heading back overseas. We'll see if they can lure him into another year. Then you've got Tim Hardaway Jr., who, like I said, can shoot you into a game or can shoot you out of the game. He could be the X factor in some playoff series, but he averaged 11 points a game, 2.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists in 28 minutes a game, shot 41% from the field and 37% from three on 6 attempts a night. He's going to be a guy that is really going to help shore up that bench, help space the floor around some of these slashers for Denver, but he can also create his own shot a little bit. And that's something that Denver really doesn't have much of, is guys that can go out and get their own shot. This is what the bench unit looked like last year, heading into the season. That they really expected that to be a competent bench unit. This is what it looks like now. This is 10 times better, especially when you add in the young guys like Strawther and Peyton Watson, which we talked about in the open. If they can continue to develop, then you're looking really, really good. You also have DaRon Holmes and Jalen Pickett, as well as maybe even Tamar Bates off this bench unit. And real quick, let's talk about DaRon Holmes. We just made a whole video dedicated to him, but I'm really excited for him because nobody got to see what DaRon Holmes was all about last year, but he's really a blend of an old school throwback big that has guard skills. He's 6'10 with a 7'1 wingspan, can protect the rim, but he can also score from the perimeter, but he loves to play in that traditional big play style. He averaged 20.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 2.1 blocks in 32 minutes, shot 54% from the field and 39% from three on 2.6 assists per game. See, he's got the back to the basket game, but he's hitting turnaround fadeaways instead of going up and doing a hook shot. Now he's getting to his spot in the mid-range. If you don't show, he's going to knock it down. And then this is big time right here. Spinning out of the double team and going and dunking on somebody and then getting to the middle of the floor and hitting that fadeaway, which is practically unguardable. Here he is knocking down the 3-ball. Yeah, I'm excited for DaRon Holmes, but I'm also excited for Jamal Murray because I think it's time for him to silence some of the haters. He's coming off of a year where he averaged 21.4 points a game, 6.4 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.4 steals in 36 minutes a game. But the big question mark I have for the Nuggets, as Jamal shot 47% from the field and 39% from three last year on 6 attempts, is what's going to happen when both he and Jokic are out of the game. Because they still don't have a guy that can just go get a bucket whenever he wants to, other than Jamal and Nikola Jokic. We'll see what happens. We'll see if somebody else steps up, maybe Julian Strawther. But as for Jamal, he's on that 4-year, $208 million contract. So some Nuggets fans are like, look, we need to get rid of this guy. But I don't think so. Jamal Murray is going to be the guy. When they go out and win another championship, which I think they will this year, Jamal Murray is going to be the co-star to Nikola Jokic for that run. In the playoffs, he averaged 22.5 points. You see the assists and rebounds, shot 45% from the field and 38% from three. And all things considered, with the defense that was being thrown at him by Oklahoma City, that's a good enough run. Aaron Gordon maybe could take another step forward on the offensive side of the ball and be another scorer for you, where you can throw him the ball in the mid post and he can go score. Christian Brown, I need to see, he's getting paid $30 million a year. I'm going to need to see a little bit more self-creation from him instead of just playing off of Nikola Jokic. But that's what this roster is designed to do. It's built to play around one man. And when that man is the best player in the world, then it's probably going to work out for you. So I think in the long run, even though you don't have a ton of guards that can go get their own bucket, it's fine. Because Nikola Jokic can play point guard. He can run the DHO with Jamal Murray. And then he's got Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Christian Brown to throw it to with a loaded up bench. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.